Hello everyone, Gerald here for Quinn Pop, and once again it is time for the weekly preview of the WWE Mixed Match Challenge. Now, we are finally done with the first round, and now we move on to the second round. And we had our first match last week, and that of course was Sasha Banks and Finn Balor versus Asuka and The Miz. Now, this match was very competitive. I actually believed at the time that Finn Balor and Sasha were going to move on. But halfway through that match, my opinion changed. In fact, I knew who was going to win. Because apparently, according to the commentators, WWE is looking, if Asuka loses in this championship, that is going to be counted as her undefeated streak being snapped. So, with that saying, it was The Miz and Asuka who picked up the victory. And this was a very good match. There was a lot of shall we say, taunting. Probably the biggest one was The Miz doing Sasha Banks' little pose to her. And once again, Asuka was just amazing. When Miz was kind of losing, she gets into the ring corner and she starts yelling at him in Japanese. And probably one of the funniest things is, if you're not watching this live, you're missing out because some of the other teams get to live commentate on it. And it was Natalya and Shinsuke Nakamura. So when she started yelling at him, everybody was like, man, I wonder what she was saying, And then Shinsuke just puts in one little thing that says, I understood what she said. So that was really funny. But yeah, so Asuka and The Miz move on. And as I said, if this is counting towards Asuka's undefeated streak, then I think they're going to go all the way and win the whole thing. Unless, of course, Asuka loses at some point before this, but I don't think that's going to happen. So for this next round, it's going to be Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss versus Jimmy Uso and Naomi. Now, this one is very interesting because it's something about the future that might determine the winner, also about timing. Now, of course, you got Braun Strowman. Just destroying things, but kind of in a little bit of limbo in regards to what his plans are for WrestleMania. Alexa Bliss, of course, the champion who might get challenged by Asuka or maybe not. But these two are very popular and they work very well together. On the other side, you've got Jimmy Uso and Naomi, two of the best on SmackDown. Now, when I say this is nothing against Braun Strowman or Alexa Bliss, but I think it almost has to be Jimmy and Naomi for two reasons. The first is that Fastlane is coming up, the last SmackDown pay-per-view. And the New Day is going to be fighting the Usos, and I don't think you can give Jimmy a loss this close to it. The second reason is because it's almost like a storyline has started to write itself. That's how I'm going to say this. And that's the fact is that Naomi and Jimmy are married. And so is Lana and Rusev. Now, you did see Rusev and Lana show up when Jimmy and Naomi won. And kind of, set up that, future storyline. So I think you got to do that, because you want Rusev and Lana to keep going, and then you have that big story where the two married couples meet. So that's the big reason why I'm going to say that it's going to be Jimmy and Naomi, which would be an upset. Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss, Raw Women's Champion, and probably one of the hottest superstars right now. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go with Jimmy and Naomi just because I think that it just logic dictates with storyline and, with the Usos going into Fastlane to defend their titles, I think it's got to be Jimmy and Naomi. And of course, this is on Facebook Live. You can watch that every Tuesday right after SmackDown. If you can't wait for this video, then just read my review of SmackDown on Quinn Pop, and I will let you know who won and what my thoughts were on it. But yeah, that'll do it for me. So this is Gerald for Quinn Pop and WWE Mixed Match Challenge, reminding you if it's happening in pop culture, Quinn Pop will cover it.